Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Shall we begin the session? Yeah, there is some. Okay. So this class is on the revision of the procedure programming. That is how. Yes, exactly. What is the C language? That is a programming language. So this is the book that is written by the Yashwant Kanetkar. Now these are the various chapters that we have already studied. This is a revision of this. What is the C? Getting started with the C. Then C character set. What are the various constraint, variable, keywords, types of the C constraint? What are the various rules for the integer constraint, real constraint, character constraint, C variable, C programming? Then there is a next chapter that is a decision control structure. What are the various looping that is used? That we can say yes. This is either a if else, what if, what are the various decision control structure that is available over here. Then looping includes how many times one thing that occurs, that is maybe a loop, that is while loop, for loop, or the do while loop. Then the case structures using switch, using if else later that is available. Then the functions and the pointers, but how to use the function, why we are using the function, what are the various advantages of using the functions, what is the recursion, how to use the stack, what are the various basic function calls, that is how to add the functions in the library. Then data types revisited, that is how to revisit the data type, that may be a long, that may be a short, signed, unsigned in, char, float, doubles. Then next is C preprocessor, that is how to use the undef and the pragma directives. Then arrays, what is the array? That is a continuous or the contiguous elements or the storage of the element that starts with a 0 and ends with the last element. For example, I have created the array of the 5 that start with a 0 and with a 4. Then pointers or putting down the strings, that is how to use the pointers on the string, that may include the various library function, that is strlen for calculating the string length, strcopy for copying the string, then concatenate, strcat, cmp, that is for the comparisons. Then structures, how to use the structure, that is a predefined element, or we can say the user defined element. Then console input output, file input output, how to use the files in the C programming, how to use the files, how to store the data, how to update the data in the C programming with the concept of the files. Then more issues related to the input and the outputs. Then miscellaneous feature that is not in your course. So let's start with first one. So let's start with the introduction. That is, what is a C language? It is a programming language that is developed at the AT&T Bell Laboratory of the USA in 1972. So it is developed in the 1970s, but it's not, we can say, into the live picture in 1972. It became popular. It is written by the Dennis Ritchie. This is the name that is given. It was designed and written by the Dennis Ritchie. And there are multiple versions of the C language like C, C++. But there's a difference between the C and the C++, right? Yes, very good. C is a, yes, procedure-oriented language. And C++ is a object-oriented language. This is the main difference. Now, how to start with a C? How to use with a C? So these are the various steps that is used in the English language. There is the alphabet, then words, then sentences, then paragraphs. Now, this is the English language. But I'm talking about the C language. There's the alphabet, digits, special symbols that then converts into the constraint, variable, keyword, then convert into the instructions, then convert into the program. So alphabets, digits, special symbols, then constraint, variable, keywords, then instructions, and then program. So these are the various steps in learning the C. So first of all, there are the alphabets, digits, special symbols, then constant, variables, then instructions. After the instructions, there is a program. The next is a key character set. So this denotes any alphabet, digit, or special symbol used to represent the information. So this figure shows various alphabets, number, and special symbols used in C language. This is from AB, then Z, small ab, then Z. Then digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 9. These are the special symbols that is also used. The next is the constraint, variables, and the keywords. So alphabets, numbers, and the special symbols, when properly combined with the constraint, or forms a constraint, variable, and the keywords. For example, when we say about the constraint, the variable, that is the entity that does not change when a variable in the entity may change. So when the variable in the entity is changed, but the constraint, variable, and the keyword do not change. In any program, we typically do lots of calculation. What are the various calculations that is available in this one? The result of these calculations are stored in computer memory. Like human memory, the computer memory also consists of the millions of the cells that is calculated with the millions of cells, that is known as the memory locations. And if there is any change in the name that is given to this location, that is known as a variable name. And for example, 3 is stored in the memory location and the name X is given to it, then we are assigning a new value 5 to the same memory location X, and this would override the earlier value 3, since a memory location can hold only one value at a time. So this is the symbols in the location that is used, that is represented with the X, that can hold different values at different times when the X is known as a variable. And as against this, 3 or 5 do not change, hence are known as a constant. So this 3 or 5 cannot change. That means whatever the value, whatever the data, whatever the digit, that cannot change in the C language, that is known as a constant, because we are making the constant variable so that the program does not affect with the live data. That means changes, values are changed from one place to another, or the from one digit to another. So how is that possible to perform the calculation? So in that case, we are using the constants. Now, next is the types of C constraint. One is a primary constraint, one is a secondary constraint. And these constraints are further divided into multiple parts like this. One is a primary constraint, one is a secondary constraint. Next, the primary is divided into 3 parts: integer, real, and the character. There are some part that is of the integer, there are some part that is of the real, and then there is a character constraint, that is string, buffer, stream buffer, whatever we are doing in the character constraint. So one is an integer that takes the real values, that takes the whole numbers, then real constant that takes the decimal values, then character that takes the string, character that means alphabets. Then next is secondary constant, that is not predefined, that is used by the, that is written by the users. One is array, one is a pointer, structure, union, enum, etc. Reference variable is also covered under the secondary constant. At this stage, we would restrict our discussion to the primary constant only, that is namely the integer real constant that includes the data type. So next is, what are the various tools for constructing the integers constant? So what are the various tools? So integer constant must have at least one digit. So it must have a one digit. Then it must not have a decimal point. It can be either positive or negative. If no sign precedes or integer constant, it is assumed to be positive. No commas or the blank spaces are used or allowed within the integer constraint. Then the range for this one is -32768 to the +32767. So these are the various tools for constructing the integer constraint. Next is tools for constructing the real constraint. So one is for the integer constraint, the next one is for the real constraint. Real constraints must also, or constraint must also have at least one digit. It must have a decimal point also, because it is real, so it must have a decimal point. It could be either positive or the negative, and the default sign is a positive. So if there is no sign that is given, so default sign is positive. Then no commas or the blanks are allowed within the real constraint. There is no comma, no blanks are allowed. And the exponential form of representation of real constant is usually used if the value is either too small or too big. Now, next is, what are the various rules that must be observed while constructing the real constant expressed in the exponential form. Then First is a mantissa and the exponent part that should be separated by the letter E. The mantissa part may have a positive or the negative sign. Then default sign of mantissa part is positive. So there's no that real part is always positive, no. But the mantissa part is always positive. And the exponent must have at least one digit because this is the real numbers. There's no usage of the no decimal is available after the point, and if it is written at the 35.0, so there's no usage of writing or using the real constant. But if it is 35.8, that is valid for the real constant. Yes, default sign is positive, I agree, but it at least have one digit after the decimal point. And the range that is given is minus 3.4 E38 to the plus 3.4 E38. These are the rules for the mantissa and the exponent part, that is a real constant. Next, rules for constructing the character constant. What are the various ways by which we can use the character constants? So a character constant is a single alphabet, single digit, or a special or single special symbol enclosed within the single inverted commas, and both the inverted commas should prior to the left. For example, when it's say about the A, that is a valid character constant, whereas A is not. Why? Because yes, because okay. So the next point is yes. Okay, very good. So the next point is the maximum length of the character constant can be one character. Maximum length. That means it takes maximum of the one byte. The maximum length of a character constant can be one character, that is AI F equals. So these are the character constant. Then next is types of the C variables. What are the various C variable that is used? So what is the variables? That values will vary throughout the program. So this is because a particular type of variable can hold only the same type of constant. For example, when you talk about the integer variable, that can hold only an integer constant, where the real variable can hold only a real constant and the character variable can hold only a character constant. And the rules for constructing the different types of constant are different from different parts. That is, all types are not same with the real sets. Now, what are the various tools for constructing the variables names? What are the various, we can say the, yes, we can say etiquettes, or what are the various regulations, rules, regulation that is used for constructing the variable name. So a variable name is any combination of the 1 to 31 alphabets. It is a combination of 1 to 31 alphabets, digits, or underscore. Some compilers allow a variable name whose length could be up to 247 characters. Still, it would be safe to stick to the rule of the 31 characters. And do not create unnecessary long variable names as it adds to your typing efforts. And the first character in the variable name must be a alphabet or the underscore. No commas or the blanks are allowed within a variable name. No special symbols other than the underscores can be used in a variable name. Then SI int, MHRA, pop E89. So these are the various examples that is used in the constructing the variables. All right. Now next is the C keywords. So let's see what are the various C keywords that is used and what are the various scenarios that is used in the C keywords. That means what are the various C keywords that is available in the C language, or what are the various ways by which we are using the C keywords. So C keywords are used, that is available in the tags, that is available in the scenarios. So this is not allowed by the users, and since the C compilers allows you to construct the variable name that exactly resembles a keyword, so it's also safe to not to mix the variable name and the keyword, and the keywords are also known as a reserve word. That keywords are also known as a reserve word, and there are only 32 keywords that is available in it, and figures shows what are the various keywords that is available. One is auto, then break, then case, care, const, continue, default, go to. So these are the various keywords. That means what is the meaning of keyword? That remains the same for the data, that remains the same for the values. So one is auto, then there is a double, then break, then case. After the case, there is a care. then enum, then else, then extern, float, go to, then if, static, long, int, struct, switch, type def, union, unsigned, void, volatile, and the while. So these are the various. Then this is the first C program that is available, that each instruction in the C language C program is available online. So each and every program is used with a variable name that is used with the C instruction or the C program that is used as a separate constraint. For example, therefore a complete C program would comprise of the series of the statement. So the statements or the whatever the data that is available that are entered in the small case letters, and C has a specific rules for the position at which the statement is written out. That is why it is often known as a free-form language. Then every C statement ends with a semicolon. Therefore, the semicolon acts as a statement terminator, whatever the statement terminator that is available online. So blank spaces may be inserted between the two words or to improve the readability of the statement. However, no blank spaces are allotted or allowed within the variable, constraint, or the keyword. So that means no blank spaces are allowed within a variable name, within a constraint, or the keyword, whatsoever the keyword, whatsoever the constraint that is available as this one. So C have a not specific rules for the position at which a statement is written. That's why it is often known as a free-form language. So this is a program that shows calculation of the simple interest, how it is used, and the comment that is available in the program, whatsoever the comment that is used. So any number of comments can be written at any place in the program. For example, a comment can be written before the statement, after the statement, or within a statement. So it is written within the statement, before the statement, or after the statement. And sometimes it is not obvious so as to what a particular statement in a program accomplish, what a particular program is do. At this time, it is worthwhile mentioning the purpose of the program. What is the main purpose of the program, how it is used, and what are the various programmer that is used for writing of the comment, what are the various program, what are the various command that is used in the writing. And there are lots of the comments that are probably not necessary in the program, and the normal language do not apply to the text written in this one. For example, main is the main program or the collective statement of the programs that is available. Then there is a main function. Once the SI is calculated, it needs to be displayed on the screen. That is used by the printf statement. So there is a printf statement that is used in the C language for printing the correct we can say the correct. Then compilation and execution, that is also the same thing. Compile and then execute. Compile means changing into the binary language. That means converting the procedure language into the binary language, that is 01, that is used by the compiler, that is run by the compiler. Then execution means executing the program. Then receives the input, whatever the input. C instruction, that is divided into three parts: type declaration, arithmetic, and the control instruction. This is one of the main program. Then arithmetic program, arithmetic instructions. Then next one is float conversion, that is available over here. Now next one is a decision control structure that I'm going to cover within the next class, because we already covered all these things. All right. So any doubts anyone till now, till in the first